What is up, YouTube? Excuse me, four leaf cards here. Got a little bit of a scratch in my throat this weekend, but I wanted to make a video half in response to Eric over at Those Back Pages. There's a couple of things. He just did a video showing a couple things and just having a little discussion. I want to make a video on it. The first one was a wallet card. I'd never had a wallet card. It's a card that you just keep in your wallet. So this weekend I've been thinking about which card would I put in my wallet? It's kind of like a new concept. And I wonder if that didn't hit. That might have been some of the older collectors because Eric's probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years older, if I had to guess. So I wonder if that was or maybe that was a regional thing. I don't know. We just never had wallet cards, but I like the idea. So I'm gonna jump in on that and find myself a wallet card. The other thing was a birthday card. Never had a birthday card. Never thought about that. So it's you go to the set of the year that you were born, and then if you were January 1st, it'd be 1, it'd probably be 11, or May 10th would be the 5th month, so 510, number 510. You can get creative with the numbers if you go past the set number, but it's kind of a cool thought. So I looked up my birthday card and got some of them coming. So still in search for my wallet card. And another thought that Eric had kind of talked a little bit about is, this big market, how players or some players take off, and somebody had talked about big markets and just, what's hot, I guess. And I think that the big market plays. I mean, obviously, when you have a lot of people that are in a market and you're collecting that team, the Yankees obviously are one. You have more people that are vying for the card, so the prices will go up because supply and demand, right? But I really think that there's something different happening now, and this is just from my short time being back in the hobby, because I to be honest, I really haven't been, all along. So this is a short term view of it. The data is probably not very good, but I feel like this is just talking from my experience and just kind of observing. I think there is something called the internet effect. We didn't have the internet back in before basically 1990 or so. There really wasn't much of an internet. It was there, but not much. I think in the early 90s, a lot of people started getting AOL and people were getting connected and doing things that way. But nothing like today. I mean, you've got a computer in the palm of your hands all day long, connected to whoever you want, when you can figure out whatever you want. I mean, it's crazy, the technology that we have. And I think what's happening now is kind of this, there's a fear of missing out, right? So there's this, for a lot of people coming back to the hobby that have been out for, let's say, 15 to 20 years, and weren't collecting all along. I feel like I've got some key cards from the 80s. Not all the great ones, because I was kind of late 80s and early 90s, but I didn't collect the Upper Deck stuff. It was too expensive. So I missed out in the 90s. And so you have a lot of people that are looking back saying, man, all I have in my collection is the overproduced junk. And I missed out on all the good stuff, and I'm coming back into the hobby, and I don't want to miss out. And so I missed the Pujols rookie, I missed a Trout rookie, I missed all the stuff. And so all these guys that come up that look halfway decent, anything good, everybody's rushing out to buy everything that they can because they don't want to miss out. And the hype is there because the internet's there. There's just so many people like, oh, look, great game. Look at the stats here. Look at that. And the reality is that, 90% or more, I don't know what the numbers say, but 90 to 95% of these guys aren't going to be remembered 50 years from now. They'll be gone. They'll be memories. I mean, we'll enjoy those memories. We'll remember this player or that player, but nobody will remember them after that. And so, there's a lot of people thinking that it's an investment, but I'll tell you what, this feels a whole lot like the 80s, And I pulled out, I forgot to pull out the card, but I went back and pulled out, here it is, Topps 89. Remember everybody stenciled that stuff on? I got a bunch of sets like that. But so I got my 89 Topps and got some graffiti on it. So it was rad. Get some funny faces in there. Some really early artwork, I guess. Got all the teams. Baseball cards, it says over here. Rad, 89 Topps. 792 cards. I feel like we were with our cards. I mean, there was a connection to these cards. I mean, I'll never forget this set. So I opened this up and on the inside, there was some of these like doubles that for some reason I literally have not opened this box. I haven't done it even yet, even getting back in the hobby. I just kind of put it on the shelf. It's like, oh, sweet, 89 Topps. And these cards have never been touched since probably you probably played with them a little bit or went through them a little bit, but probably like 1991 or so. Haven't been touched. So these are some doubles that I put in there. So an extra Wade Boggs. Mike Greenwell, man. Mike Greenwell was so hot. Look, I put 3 of them aside here. Jim Abbott, draft pick. You guys remember Jim Abbott? No, you get no hand on there. Just absolutely amazing how he played baseball. But that's his draft pick. The Rocket. Roger Clemens is so hot. Jose Canseco. Bobby Bonilla still getting paid. But, he was pretty hot. This was just a couple years in. 24 home runs that year. So he was heating up a little bit. Santiago. Oil Can Boyd. Man, I just enjoyed watching him pitch. Sandy Alomar, future star. So these were some of the hot cards. Now they're worth, these even have some dinged up corners, so they're worth like nothing. To me, though, they had value. And to me, this is where I find my wallet card. And I'm not sure if it's going to be this Wade Boggs or one of these Mike Greenwells. And you're going to put it in your wallet and you're not going to worry about it. But look at Greenwell looking fierce there. I think I'm going to just, because I got 3 of them, I think I'm going to put this Greenwell. This Greenwell is going to be my wallet card. So boom, we got it. But just to get back to the topic at hand, you guys remember Greg Jeffries, right? Greg Jeffries was hot. Everybody had to have that card, and they printed 1 million of them, and he didn't pan out. He just didn't pan out. So I think you got to be careful with getting the fever. And I'm guilty of it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just throwing it out there because it's happening to me. Getting back in, you don't want to miss out. But you got to be careful with catching the fever and, getting crazy with it. I've done it. Buying 5 or 6 cards of the same guy and thinking, oh man, he's going to be the best thing. And, he could blow out his hip and be done, and never play more than 3 years, So I think we need to separate investment from collecting, I guess. I don't know. You can collect to invest. You can do both of them, but you got to be able to separate them and think, 100 years from now, which of these cards is going to be important. So if you're really truly investing, then I think you need to just stick with the Hall of Famers and really rare, like vintage stuff. And you can also do like short-term investing. I mean, there's plenty of that too. I mean, there's so many segments in the hobby, but it's just, there's so many things going on that you got to just watch yourself and not get stuck in a hole, because that's kind of where I've been a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with it. If you enjoy it and you have connections to the cards and you like it and you like the cards, then by all means do it. But as far as value and dollars go and investing, the new guys, yeah, there'll be somebody that'll turn out, but for everyone that turns out, there's going to be 10 or more that don't. So you got to be careful with it. And you just got to be careful about the internet. This internet effect is, just so much hype. And it's awesome seeing what everybody's getting. And I have a really, I don't know if I want to call it a problem, but I can definitely feel myself when I see somebody get a card. It's like, wow, that's a really cool card. I'll go and look and see if I can get it too, which is good. It's good. That's a good part of the hobby. Sharing and showing. And there's some things that I see is like, nah, I don't really want that. So that's okay. But if you get too caught up in it, you can get yourself in trouble too. Anyway, that's my video on that, this internet effect. I just think that it's definitely something. Things go so much faster now than they do, say, in the 80s or before, anything before then, just because of the internet. And it's just crazy. I mean, we're bombarded with information. So I think that it's the interaction between this fear of missing out and this internet effect of spreading information and showing things so quickly that I think blows things up so fast. I mean, it's just amazing to me that somebody that's never even played a game, a major league game, can have a card that's worth $10,000. I mean, it blows my mind. Still, I still haven't figured out who's buying the cards, but it is what it is. So just some thoughts there, and my wallet card of Mike Greenwell. I want to thank Eric over at Those Back Pages for some stimulating thoughts. I was just kind of rambling, so nothing really too serious, but most importantly today, I got my wallet card. So I encourage you guys to go and find yourself a nice wallet card. Nothing too expensive. Put it in your wallet. It's going to get beat up. But it'll bring you joy every time you get into your wallet. So there she be. All right. Hey, guys, if you guys are opening up anything, best of luck to you guys. Don't forget to collect to connect. It's all the people in the hobby that are the best part about it. And everybody have an awesome day.